Carl and Brendan here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's reaction time. Checking out Time to Rise by Lutharo. Who? I have nothing on this, so you better fill me in.
Yeah, just Lutharo. But okay, so they came across through the website as a lot of things do. So I didn't know who this band were before that. I'm not gonna pretend I was like a lifelong fan or anything like that. This is from their second album, so they've been around from around 2014, 2015, something like that. They're a Canadian melodic metal outfit.
Okay.
The album came out in March. It's called Chasing Euphoria. It's it's fucking brilliant. Oh my God, I love it
Okay.
so much. And out of everything on that I love, this is the song that I love the most. I mean, this song is my favorite song of the year so far. Everything about it is positive in a Devin Townsend sort of way lyrically. It is fast. It's melodic metal, times there's little bits of power, there's little bits of melodeath, there's a bit of thrash, you know what I mean? It's a combination of fast metal. And across the album, that's kind of their thing. There are songs that actually have a little bit of a power vibe to it, and then there are songs that are straight up thrash, and there are songs that are more metalcore almost. And I quite like that about it. But this song, it's one of those songs, it happens, and it's almost become like my anthem of the year. My daughter loves it, my missus loves it, everyone loves it. We're like, this is a song. Why don't other bands do this shit? you know. So yeah, I'm bigging the fuck up at this one. So
Yeah, you've just done
you're
what
gonna
we
hate
said.
it.
Do you know what I mean? Jesus, that is some proper bigging up. Um, it's interesting because you read part of the sort of description, and it doesn't sound very positive until you get to the last part, because the dominant subject matter is inner child trauma and how it affects us in adult life, especially when it isn't resolved or acknowledged, right? And that's like, well, okay, how the fuck is that positive? But they kind of go on to sort of say it's about a learning journey, and the song is designed to give listeners like the sense that like you can be kind to yourself, and you can move on, and you can grow from things like this. As you said here, anybody reading this, remember to give yourself some grace. You and the younger version of you deserve it. So I kind of get now what you mean by
Yeah,
that.
I mean they got the
You've
lyrics
certainly
in
picked
it.
it up.
They got the lyrics in it as well. Read them at some point. And it is very much because like I was playing it at work and somebody's like, "How's this a positive song?" They keep saying stuff about dying, but it is
Oh yeah,
about throwing away that shame, that regret, throwing away that dying.
yeah,
It's time for you to rise. You
yeah.
as you are today. So
I mean, you've got lines like "keep your head up, you were doing just fine." Like a
yeah.
phoenix, you revive until your time to rise. I mean, yeah, I get it. I do get it. But it is Mellow Death, and that is certainly your jam more than mine, even though I love plenty of
More,
Mellow.
bits of melodeath, more like even they themselves, they're a
Melodic
melodic
metal.
metal band,
Yeah,
but yeah,
my bad. Yeah, you did say that. I'm getting confused there. You're right. Melodic metal, Melodeath are two completely ish different things. Melodic metal band. All right, let's do this in three, two, one, go. Right in.
that's the melodic metal bit.
What a dip. Show it off.
Come on now, sleep, my child. These overbearing wounds suffocated you enough. Lay to rest these burdens in your chest. Your future is too prosperous to break like. I promise this process, it takes time. I'll be
That's it.
That is it. You got lucky, right? Because the first sort of part of the song, I was like, this is some basic bitch stuff.
I knew you
was
were
like
thinking that as
that.
well. I was trying not to make eye contact with you when I knew it was going to change up. So.
Right. I mean, I'm going to throw out the things I don't. There's some things I don't like. Right. I'm just going to get them out. No, there are. Oh yeah, there are. God, one of them is really easy, and it's not actually related to this song at all. That video sucks. And this is just personal.
I mean, their
This is
second
just
album, man. They ain't got no
no, but
money
this
yet.
is this is a personal thing. It applies to all bands. I don't really want to watch a video of you just making a song in the freaking studio and pouring coffee and shit like that. Like, that is so boring. You're better off doing a lyric video, man. Like, that is so boring. Hey, here's a shot of me and the producer sitting and laughing at the station. Fuck. Like, I don't like it. Don't care for it. Boring. Except for one aspect. Seeing the vocalist, how easily she transitions from that clean to those screamo style screams is super cool. You know what I mean? Like that, I could have watched her sing throughout the entire video, or even just like guitar solo and stuff like that. It's just does it the shots of here we are in the studio and here I am laughing on the couch. Right, that's my biggest complaint. Weirdly, I didn't like how it ended. Like, really powerful and emotional on the face and even coming through her voice, absolutely. But it just felt a little too much. A little, calm it down, scale it back, you little show-offs. Do you know what I mean? It's like an opening with the guitar solo. It's like, fuck off, man. Come on, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like it's not really a complaint because there's nothing wrong with it because it's a great vocalist and a great guitarist and the solo is strong. The opening solo, the second solo is better. The first one is part of my melodic metal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, you're very good at it, but it's basic bitch stuff. But as that goes, that is a song that definitely gets better and better as it goes on because you're getting more of those layers and you find all these little unique touches that add more to it and make it a little bit more fun and enjoyable to listen to. As I said, the vocal transitions are great. I was like, okay, she's a great, clean vocalist. She can sing really strong. And then she's suddenly going, rah, and it's like, fuck, that's really good as well. Like, that's really good as well.
She has good power to it.
Oh, incredible vocalist. No denying that. Absolutely incredible. Really taken back by that. But that applies to all members of this band. I thought the drumming was really strong throughout. Really had that meatiness to what is ultimately quite a light song, melody-wise, more than anything else. Obviously, the solo's great as well. But man, oh man, to give a little bass feature in the middle of that song, like that, that's the sort of shit that makes a song stand out because that is actually really rare. Like it's almost a bass solo to a degree more than anything else.
You don't really see it coming in this song either because there's also like a little kind of only gentle but a little orchestral backing behind it as well.
Yeah, that was
like, where did that come from?
Yeah, like adding little touches like that, and it's not kitchen sink stuff. That's what I thought was quite interesting because it could be like, well, why is that there? Why is there a little bit of orchestral backing there? It doesn't really need it, but it's so subtle and it works in conjunction with that part of the song because the tempo is fast constantly, and even there, it's not dropping. It's not like, oh, we're going to drop away. And it's going to have a little bit of I think maybe that's why the ending didn't work for me because that did actually do that, where it's just like, okay, we're going to isolate the vocals and it's going to have this emotional. And it's like, but had you just cut, I'd have been very satisfied. It is the most minor complaint in the world because that's just a really good song. Like that's the thing. That's just a really good song. You did big it up a little too much. I'm not quite coming away going best song I've ever heard, or even best song I'll probably forget about it if I don't hear it again. Like only because there's new music. But if that came on and that comes my way again, I will recognize that. I will recognize that because of her singing. Not because when he starts twirling at the start, because I'll just presume I'm listening to a Children of Bottom song or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But when she starts singing, like that's going to be like, oh yeah, this song. And I'm going to be like, oh yeah, this is, and I wouldn't skip it. I'd be like, oh, this is a good song. I want to hear more of it and stuff like that, you know? Why has this captured your imagination so much? Because, you know, aside from being a very good song.
Yeah, I mean, well, that is part of it. It is a very
Yeah.
good song. And obviously, like we do with all of these videos, when we're not watching these, we usually start off by listening to a song. So even like your first bit that you weren't 100% on doesn't affect me because I'm not watching the video, obviously, the first time around.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So like things like that aren't in there. What I'm doing is I'm listening to it, and also keep in mind there are things around this that are different when we're reviewing, like for you as well, right? Which is when I listen to this, this is track 4, maybe 5 of the album. So I guess I'm learning about Lutharo in the stage, I guess, across the album. Like, it's evolving.
Yeah.
So when you listen to the album, and the album, like I said, it is, I think, extremely strong. And then this one comes in with that sudden fast start, and it's like, oh shit. And actually, on the album, when she does that clean singing at the beginning and the clean singing at the end, where it's quieter, that's quite rare on the album. So
Yeah.
this song, that's a moment of uniqueness on the album overall, not necessarily just in the song where you're like, oh, okay, that's quite strange. But then obviously as well in an album, when her clean singing bit ends at the end and it tails off, it goes into the next track, and that's where the whole package becomes maybe it's easier to buy into the track. I really like the feeling I get from this song. I agree with all of the technical elements that you've said, right? Guitar is obviously skilled. Yes, not necessarily a solo I've never not heard before in the intro in particular. And I agree that the middle solo, which is longer and there's more stages to it and more
Mhm.
dynamic. And then that bass part is like, oh, that's a real sit up moment. I think the chorus is super strong and also
Yeah.
comes in a strange place. And I love that because they do the clean singing verse, then she does a heavy verse, but then she goes back to another verse. There's no chorus the first time round. There's another heavy verse, and so by that point, you might be thinking that is the chorus, the shouty bit. And then all of a sudden it goes into that there's more to what you see bit, which is the chorus and kind of comes out of nowhere. So it was moments like that within the song that I was like, okay, but basically the most basic reason that I love this song is because it makes me feel good. I
Okay.
listen to it, it has all the technical components I like anyway. It's fast, it's got energy, the guitars, the drums are great, the bass is great. All the bits that you require to be a good band are there. But that doesn't necessarily mean an awful lot, right? Because in order for you to be 2 albums in and to be able to release music, you expect them to be capable. Right? At
Mm.
the end of the day, like if your guitarist is a shit guitarist, you're probably not making it 2 albums in.
Mm.
So in a way, I'm not judging it on the fact, can a guitarist play guitar? Well, yeah, but I'd expect that. That's kind of expected. It's almost the feeling I get when I
Yeah.
listen to this song. This to me is the song that I put on when I'm feeling a bit down, or the song that actually when it comes on in the gym is the shit where a flagging me like falling off a treadmill suddenly turns into Usain Bolt. Well, not quite, but you get the
Yeah,
concept.
I get the picture.
Do you know what I mean? Like it makes me feel good, it makes me feel positive. I love the energy of it, and that whole picture is why this is like my favorite song of the year so far.
Well, that there makes anything I can possibly say irrelevant. Not because it's because obviously it's just my opinion, whatever, but because ultimately, if any track does that, and I have many that do that for me that you've heard and maybe don't obviously have the same vibe with, but
Mm,
ultimately that is more important than anything else. I can sit here and I can analyze it from my perspective, but ultimately I don't care about that side of things. If the track's result is giving you these feelings,
yeah.
that is a fucking winner, regardless. Just because it isn't doing it for me in the same way, that's cool. I still think it's a very good track. I don't want to say good track because that feels like I'm sort of giving it a sort of 6 or a
Mhm.
7 out of 10. I want to say it's a very good track, an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9 on multiple listens, particularly when I pick more stuff up because that is just the first and only time I've ever heard this track. So, do you see what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
ultimately, if you're getting those feelings from it,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it's what we listen to music for, right? Not just to feel like a certain way, but to feel, you
yeah,
know. Um,
yeah.
and yeah, th this band have hit the spot.
Say no more than that. It's time to rise by Lutharo. Am I saying it
Lutharo or
right?
Lutharo, I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, yeah, by them. What
Yeah.
do you reckon? You got any thoughts on it? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website, where reviews, news, and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.